TCG Metaslaya. Alright, time for an in-depth analysis on Captain Kuro from Pillars of Strength One Piece Set 03. And I'm going to start off right off the bat saying that I'm glad they brought this character back because after the second arc with the East Blue Black Cat Pirates, we haven't really seen much of many of them. I mean, definitely we haven't seen anything of Kuro. Spoiler alert, we did see some of the crew back in, I think, Impel Down. But yeah, definitely cool character. I like his style, and he has that kind of like Wolverine vibe. If you guys like Marvel comics, that's why I originally thought also he was pretty cool. I remember seeing this way back in the day, again, early 2000s, and I was reading the manga, and I was like, yeah, this guy's kind of cool. He has a nice style. He tricked, obviously, I think most readers. I didn't think he was going to be the villain, right? He was helping out Kaya in the beginning, but he was really the one doing her harm. Then he busted out the Wolverine claws, and then he has like a really fast super speed attack, you know? I was like, yeah, pretty cool character. So I think good news, if you're a fan of this character, this deck looks strong, I think. I think it's the strongest deck to come out of this set, and I think it's just going to be an overall boost for green. But again, I think as we go through this, we have to be aware of that a lot of these green cards are being tied to the East Blue, so right now only Kuro can use it, because otherwise I think like the green-red Law decks and the green Useless Kid decks would be really strong, like really, really strong, since this is doing everything that green does. Let's go ahead and start off. And then, of course, well, let's just quickly talk about Arlong. He's in between yellow and green, and he's here. Like I said, I did in my other video, just watch my overall about my thoughts on Arlong. And then let's go back here. Okay, so Alvida, again, just a typical 1 for 3, 3,000, skillless. And then this, so here's a good one already. For 4, you can play him, and then you can rest up to 2 characters 4 or less, man. That just gets rid of blockers. You can rest characters that were just played that you want to try to attack and knock out. So, awesome card. And again, if this wasn't East Blue, oh man, dude. So powerful. And then I like this Krieg. This Krieg, I think, is really strong. Again, this is a nice one that can splash into all green decks. But basically, I'm not a fan of trashing 1 card, but for the fact that I get to KO 2 cards that are rested for 4 or less, and then after that, he can start attacking for double attack with 1 Dawn. Yeah, I think this is a good card to watch out for. If you like green, I think this could be a strong powerhouse. It's not something that you need a lot of. Like, I wouldn't put more than like 2 of these in the deck. I definitely wouldn't put more than 3 because he doesn't have counter. So if you put 3 in your deck, depending on how fast you draw, you'll definitely see 1, but you might see 2 of them, so they might clog up your hand. So I would say just a 2 of at first, but I think this almost might be a 1 of in every green deck, almost. We'll see, but that has me pretty excited. There's a parallel art. Okay, so another guy, Kurobi. So yeah, another guy too. Just straight up rests if you're East Blue. So really, really good, and it's a trigger. So if they attack you and you trigger this guy, you can rest something that hasn't attacked yet, or you can rest their blocker, of course, and then, get by that next turn. So another great card. So Sham, again, East Blue, but again, look at this. Rest up to a character on play, 2 or less, and then of all things, too, you get to play Bucci if you don't have a Bucci in play. I like this. I don't see a lot of people taking advantage of this. It's one of my favorite, combos, I guess you could say, and synergies from the Animal Kingdom Pirates. I like playing Ulti and Page 1. If you get that, it's like, wow, you get such a big tempo boost. So, again, super powerful. And yeah, we'll see Bucci later on. And I like this Django because this Django, man, on play you get to choose. I like cards that let you choose because it's very flexible and versatile to the strategy in the current turn. So, like, you can choose the best of in the moment. So I really like that. Yeah, you can basically just reactivate one of your leaders, which is obviously Captain Kuro, or you can rest him when you play him and then an opponent's character. So really, really cool. You're obviously not going to use him when you play him. The only thing is you just kind of risk him getting attacked. He's a 6,000, so he's not going to be the easiest guy to KO. But hey, again, if you get to arrest a character and then maybe attack for the win, or KO one of their characters that are annoying you, that's not rested or whatever, really cool, flexible card to have for sure. And then here we got Chu. Again, this is what I was talking about. So this is another big boost for green. A lot of cards have been East Blue only, but this is giving you another ability like Killer. man, I think this is going to be a 4 of for sure. Well, not 4 of, but this will be a lot of this will be seen in a lot of green decks for sure. He's a trigger card like the Law, so again he costs 1 more, but yeah, I think this is another boon to green. Here we got Anami when she was still part of the Arlong Pirates. And then again, she basically just is a searcher to give you another East Blue for card advantage, and she triggers, so again, really powerful. Here's Pearl. Pearl's just your standard 2 blocker. And then Buggy. Buggy's pretty cool. Can be KO'd by Slash. They're kind of keeping that true to the theme. As you can see here, he gets slashed up. But his fruit power allows him to, split apart and come back together. Other than that, just a 3 for 5. Here's another trigger guy, and these could be good with the Arlong, right? Obviously, because Arlong plays these guys. But he's just I guess a 4 for 4, so that's not too impressive, but still, nevertheless, this is more for Arlong. Okay, now we have Bucci. So Bucci is great. Again, if you play him for free, can you imagine? Off of the Sham, you get to KO a character that's 2 or less. So more of these green abilities to KO. And again, this guy isn't limited to East Blue, so another big boon to green. And then Momo, just a 2 for 4 vanilla. And then here, now we're pretty much at the end, out of the bag at the events. So yeah, here's a powerful way to do Kuro. It even has a trigger just to KO. It has Killer's ability on trigger. And then if you have this on your offensive step during main, you can rest another character that, is maybe just a simple whatever, 2,000-3,000 power or something. And then you get to attack with Kuro again. Wow. All right, then we have here, Tooth Attack. This is obviously for Arlong, but still, splits over with East Blue. Not too shabby. Poison Bomb, Rest, so a lot of stuff. And again, this is any green deck. So yeah, going back, that's obviously East Blue. 1-2 Django, the Hypnosis. It's kind of funny they're putting manga strips in here now. I don't know. This one might not be that great. I mean, obviously a lot of blockers cost 1, but this one I think is a little bit risky to put in your deck. It does give you also plus 1,000, so I think that's cool, but tricky. All right, that's it, guys. We're back to Nami, so that'll be my next video. But thanks so much. Overall, I think, again, I'm really impressed. I think green is going to be awesome. There's a lot of powerful stuff for Kuro. Green is doing it all. Resting cards, KOing cards, switching cards back to active. And then there's a lot of green cards that you can still put to, well, maybe not a lot, but there's a few good green cards that can be put into other green decks. So basically really excited for green as a whole, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. Don't forget, keep your faith safe, pray, and spread that love. Be positive, be thankful. We're coming back at you. Peace.